The next category of verb is auxiliary verbs, that is primary auxiliaries, and we have three kinds of primary auxiliaries. Be forms: is, am, are, was, were. Do forms: do, does, did. Have forms: have, has, had. These are all the primary auxiliaries. We call them as helping verbs also. So if you take be forms, they are used to form tense, to form negatives, and to ask questions. For example, if you take Rani is playing now, so is denoting the tense of that particular sentence. So is playing is talking about the tense of that particular sentence. And whereas if you say Rani is not playing now, isn't playing now, is not means negative. So we can form the negative form of a sentence by the help of be forms. Whereas if you say is Rani playing now, so is kept in the beginning of the sentence. So when you keep this in the beginning of the sentence, it becomes a question. So be forms are used to talk about the questions, to form a negatives of a sentence, and to denote a tense of a sentence. And if we take do forms, and do forms are used to ask questions, to form negatives, and to emphasize in a sentence. For example, do you speak English? Do, it's a question, asking a question. Sita doesn't play chess. Does not, forming a negative of a sentence. I do want to speak English. So I do, stressing, emphasizing, not saying simply, it is emphasizing. I do want to speak English. So if you want to emphasize also, we use do forms. And the next one is have forms. Have forms are used in perfect verb tense and to frame the questions also. So in a perfect tense we use have forms, and also to ask questions we use have forms. For example, he has visited Kashmir 10 times. Has visited, so it is here talking about the tense. So has here is talking about the tense. In his whole life, how many times he visited. So he is talking about the tense of that particular sentence. Whereas if you say they have a car, so have here is used as a main verb, not as an auxiliary verb. It is used as a main verb. Whereas if you say have you visited Hyderabad, here have is used to ask a question. So have forms are used to ask questions and to denote a tense also.